How's it going, Funkoholics? My name's Terry Wellbanks. I apologize for my voice in advance. I've been sick for about a week and a half. I don't know if anybody else has got this, but it is the worst. So you'll have to excuse the voice. And you'll also notice that behind me that there's a few holes missing in the wall. That's because I pulled out some of my favorite pops. Today I want to do a video and show you guys what my personal top 10 pops are. I am missing a couple of my grails, as many people call them, or things that they desperately want and need. I mean, I do really want a Bane, I want to get a Ghost Rider, I want to get a Thing, I want to get a Genie from Aladdin. There's so many that I do want to pick up and I want to have in my collection, but unfortunately they are extremely costly because they are a little bit older, and rightfully so. People are asking what they're asking for them. I understand that they're hard to find. I know because I really like finding pops and I can't find them, so I want to show you guys a few of my top 10 that I own and that I have here. I also wanted to show you guys some of the omissions that I have, and then I wanted to talk a little bit about collections and values and things like that. So I did take the values of my top 10. I am not a value collector by any means, but I do want to show you guys how I base, or at least in my eyes, what I look as a grail versus what the value is. I know there's a lot of people out there that value their collections based on value, but that's not me. So I'll get right into it. I'm going to show you guys a few of my omissions from my top 10 that I love the pops and I want them to be in my top 10, but unfortunately I couldn't fit them in because there are better ones for me that I like. And as I said, please let me know in the comments, what is your top 10? Tell me what you collect for and why you collect, and I really want to get to know you guys. So I'm hoping that if you do interact in the comments section, you're going to share a little bit about yourself, how long you've been collecting, and what your top 10 are. Even if you want to do a top 5, whatever the case is, I would really appreciate it, because I do want to meet great people and I want to meet great collectors. So I'll get right into it. One of my omissions, I've mentioned this before as being one of my favorite pops, and it really is. This is the Black Panther from Civil War. Black Panther is one of the finest pops that I think have been made. I love the detail. There is one that I would have had in my top 10. He's a glittered one that I think is really well done, but I've never been able to get my hands on him. I believe he's a Walmart exclusive, which means, again, I hate to harp on this in every video, but because I'm in Canada, we get screwed. So next up, I want to show you guys another one. This is Marvin the Martian. Marvin the Martian is one of my favorite pops. He's one of my favorite Looney Tunes characters. I think he's phenomenal. They're coming out with a Space Jam set, and I hope that they're going to do a wave 2 and they're going to put Marvin in there with his Toon Squad jersey on. I hope that they do, all of those characters, because there are a lot. Next up is from The Walking Dead. This is the Burning Walker. The reason why I love this pop so much, I like the hair, I like the detail on the pop. A lot of from the Walking Dead line, I gotta be honest, I'm really interested in the zombie ones. I mean, other than Negan, who I got because it's Negan and I think he's a great character, I think that the zombie ones are the best. Between the RV Walker, all of the characters that have passed away that have turned into zombies, I really like those. Next up is from my favorite animated TV show, South Park. This is Zombie Kenny. He is from South Park. I don't know if you guys watch the show, if you're fans of the show, but Kenny is a character that continuously dies and comes back to life, and I think they've actually made him die now, which kind of sucks because I do love Kenny, but this character is very well done. I think that the detail on it's great, and I love the show. So next up is a little bit older of a pop. This is from Marvel. This is Spider-Man, the Hot Topic exclusive. I do have the regular Spider-Man, the blue and the red, but I prefer this pop. I like the black and the red on him. I think it looks great. I think the pop looks really cool. It is the exact same pop as the original, the blue and red, but this pop to me is probably the best Spider-Man that's been done. I do like the Scarlet Spider as well, but that's, that one's probably my favorite. Next up is a newer pop that's came out. This is the Chase variant of the Punisher. The reason why I like this one so much is because it's so different from the regular Punisher. The regular Punisher is holding his gun. This one, he's holding the helmet. He's got a pistol. I love the way this pop looks. I think the detail on it's really well done, and this is definitely one of the pops that should be cracking a top 10, but as I said, for me, I'm a little bit off the wall. Next up is Cyborg, dressed up as Green Lantern. I do have the regular blue Cyborg from Teen Titans, but I do prefer this one. I think that the coloring's really well done. I like all of these, basically the dress-up ones. I think they're all very good. This one is my favorite for sure, and it's a great pop. Next up is from one of my favorite TV shows. Hate on me if you want, I don't care. Once Upon a Time. This is Rumpelstiltskin. Rumpelstiltskin is a character from the show. This pop itself is probably the best looking pop from the whole set, for sure, for sure. He's glittery, he's got amazing detail, and it looks just like the character from the show, which is, I appreciate when I get a pop. Next up is from another one of my favorite TV shows, Gotham. If you know me, you know I like Batman, so I love anything to do with Batman, especially the history and then the whole growing up with Bruce Wayne and the characters. But this is Oswald Cobblepot, aka the Penguin. He is just a great pop, and he's just one of my favorite characters. It took me a long time to actually get him. I've come across all the other characters a lot, but this one, it took me a while, and I was very happy to get him. I think he's worth $7, $8, nothing much. Next one up that should have been in the top 10, but just didn't make it. He's probably number 11. This is Armored Batman. This is probably the best Batman pop out of all the pops that Batman has done. I think, anyways. I like that there's detail. I like that it's different than all the other ones. The Legion of Collectors definitely nailed this pop when they did it for the Batman vs Superman box. This is really, really well done, and this pop deserves to be on everybody's shelf, especially if you're a Batman fan. I suggest you get it. Batman pops, there's so many different ones that it's so hard to kind of pick from, you know, what you would put in a top 10. I'd have to do a separate video of just top 10 Batmans. So anyways, now to get into my top 10, I'm going to start showing you guys, and I'm going to tell you the value of each one as well. This is Sweet Tooth. Sweet Tooth is from the game Twisted Metal. I don't know if anybody played this. This was a PlayStation 1 game. This is one of the heaviest, most detailed, and well-done pops that I think I've ever seen. The boxing is incredible. Everything about this pop, from top to bottom, is done immaculately. This is one of the pops that if we're basing things on value, this pop should be worth $100, not some of the ones that I see worth $100. This pop is so good. Everything about this pop is amazing. And I have him in my top 10 because, again, I love the game. I think that the pop is, it could not be more detailed and better done. It couldn't be. It's impossible. I think that that's probably the best pop that Funko has made in terms of putting effort into a pop and making it look like the character. That one is amazing. And Sweet Tooth comes in at a whopping $10 value. So my number 10 is number 10, and that's $10. So number 9, this is one of my favorites because I like shiny things. This is Colossus from X-Men. He's the Kamikaze exclusive. I got him in a trade as well because I didn't get a chance to buy him when he came out. This pop is very, very well done. I love that the shine on it. I think that it encapsulates everything that Colossus is. And if you compare it to the other Colossus that came out, like the dull gray one, there's no comparison. This pop is phenomenal. So I akin him to basically like a Juggernaut. Like, I think the Juggernaut pop's going to be amazing. I haven't got my hands on it yet, but I'm hoping to get one soon, and this is awesome. That's number 9 on my list, and Colossus comes in at a whopping... How much are you? He's $17 American, so he's worth a little bit more. Next up on my list is one of my favorite Supermans. This is False God Superman. Now, the reason why I like this pop is because I think that it really, really did well. And I think that this is the best Superman pop. The new Legion of Collectors one's pretty good, but this one here, I like the way that they got the False God on there. A lot of people complained about the paint on this one. I think the paint on mine's fine. I've never taken him out, but I want him to look a little bit tinny, and I want him to look a little bit off because it is, after all, a statue, right? So I want it to have that statue kind of look. If it had a little bit of patina in it, I think that would have been cool too. But False God Superman, number 9, he comes in at a whopping, not $11 American. He's worth $11 based on Pop Price Guide. That's how I'm getting these values, by the way. Number 6 is Tony Montana, aka Scarface. I picked him up a couple of weeks ago. He was a personal grail of mine. All too happy to get him. I love the movie. It's a classic. I'm not too fond of Al Pacino as an actor. I know I'm going to get a lot of hate for that, but it's just, I don't really care much for him. But this pop is awesome. This is one of the older ones. I believe it's vaulted. You can't quote me. It must be, because the value on this guy is $47. So he's $47 American, but he could be worth $5. I wouldn't care. So that's Scarface. Amazing pop. Very well done. And I love the characters. So next up is a two. It's a double. And the reason why I have these two as a double is because I think that they're pretty much the same pop, but they're personal grails of mine, and I love them. This is Carnage and Venom. Carnage and Venom are two characters from Spider-Man. Both of these characters, the quality on these pops is phenomenal. The boxing is extremely well done. I cannot get over how awesome these are. I got this in a trade for my buddy Jim. I can't be happier, and I think that they're awesome. There's Carnage there. So well done. And they kind of look like the same pop, which is totally okay, and I understand why they would do that other than the colors, but they are really, really well done. So and those ones there, we've got Carnage at $15 and Venom is $18. Next up is Darkseid. This is my top 5. So Darkseid is in my top 5. He is one of the best looking pops from the older lines that I love. His detail's great. He's very well done. He's a heavy pop, and I was all too happy to get him in a trade. I had to give up, an arm and a leg, but I'm all too happy to have him. Next up for number 4 is Joker with Kisses. Or sorry, not Joker with Kisses. This is Killing Joke Joker. Killing Joke Joker is probably, in my opinion, the second best pop that's ever been done in terms of the way that they look, next to Sweet Tooth. This pop is so well done, and it nails the comic to a T. Couldn't be better. So this one is awesome. Next up is from the Pop Asia line. A lot of you guys may not have heard of this character, but this is Kuchisake. She is number 3 on my list because of the detail in this pop, because of the way she looks. If you don't know about the legend, please look it up. This is from the legendary Creatures and Myths line. There's a good buddy of mine that collects these, and I was all too happy to get him a couple of them, but this one I have to keep, and I will keep forever. Between the blood splatter and the little slit in her mouth, can't get enough of that pop. Next up at number 2, I just got this from a great friend Steve, and he sent it to me, and I'm over the moon, and I love this pop. This is the Chase version of Joker with Kisses. He's a Hot Topic exclusive. It's the black and white one, so it's got that vintage kind of look to it, but the kisses are still red. I'm a big fan of art that's black and white with like a red tower or a red bridge, something like that. I think that that's cool. So this pop is very, very well done and right up my alley. He's one that I've been chasing after literally to get the chase. And Steve, you made my whole year with that one, buddy. Thank you. And my number 1 pop of all time, my favorite, is from probably my favorite horror director. He's probably from one of my favorite horror movies. This character is the best. This is Captain Spaulding. I have him in a hard cover case. Captain Spaulding from House of a Thousand Corpses, Devil's Rejects. This pop was actually the first pop that I ever bought. I can't get enough of this. I have him on display. He's front and center. Probably the reason why I started collecting pops was because of him, Freddy, and Jason. And this pop just couldn't be more amazing to me and more well done. And it totally nails Captain Spaulding. If you haven't seen the movies, check them out. Especially if you're a horror fan, you have to see these flicks. They're so good. Captain Spaulding, my number 1 favorite. Now, the values for the top 5, just so you know, the Joker with Kisses is $65 American. The Killing Joke Joker is $28. Then we have Kuchisake is $47. Darkseid is $38, and Captain Spaulding is $55. So he's not even worth the most out of my top 10. Now, I have one pop that I consider priceless, and the pop that I consider priceless is something that somebody made for me, they sent to me, and it's worth everything, right? It's definitely in my top 10. It's above my top 1. This was from my buddy Jim K from K's Customs. If you guys don't know, check out the page. This guy's great. This is Jason Voorhees that he did a custom for me. Now this custom, he put hair on it, he put blood on it. Look at that box. He painted the box, did it great. This pop is amazing. And if you guys get a chance to check out K's Customs or talk to Jim K and you need a custom done, this is your guy. He will make your wildest pop dreams come true. So make sure you check him out. And Jim, again, I look at this thing every day in amazement. So now that was my top 10 with some omissions, obviously. I want to know what your top 10 is. I want to know if you're a value collector or if you're not. I can't collect on value based on the fact that to be honest, the ones that are worth a lot, I don't really care much about. I collect Pops because I like the way that they look. I collect Pops because of the way that they are from the movies that I love. Like, for instance, one of my favorite sets, obviously Ninja Turtles is probably my favorite set, but the Hateful Eight, that movie is fantastic, so I got the whole set. The Matrix set is very well done. The Sons of Anarchy set is great too. None of those are in my top 10 personal Pops, but I do love those sets. And I'm not a set collector per se, because I just got a Tekken Pop. Actually, sorry guys and girls. I just got a Tekken Pop, and I don't play Tekken, don't like Tekken, but this Pop is so good. Am I right? This is Tekken King. This is from the set coming out here. I can't get enough of this Pop. I think he's so well done. So I don't collect for value, and that's why I find it hard to do or to deal with the flippers, is because majority of them, obviously, they're only in it for value. They're in it to make money. They're in it to maximize the value of each Pop. They want to know what's coming out that's going to be worth a lot, or is going to be a rare or an exclusive Comic-Con Pop. They don't want it for the actual Pop. They want it to sell it, right? Or there's collectors that are just looking, they're looking to bank it, I guess. They're looking to bank value. Whereas with me, I'm not looking really to bank value. I don't care if they're worth $3. I don't care if they're worth $100. I've got 2 bank robber jokers. Each one's worth $100. It didn't even get in my omissions. I love the Pop, but it's not something that I would die if I didn't have, or I would be upset if I didn't have. Whereas with these top 10 that I mentioned here, I wouldn't want to trade them. I wouldn't want to get rid of them for anything. So please let me know in the comments what your favorite Pops are. If it's a top 5, if it's a top 10, if it's just your favorite Pop overall, I'd love to know. I'd also really like you guys to check out some of the Facebook pages that are out there. There's Funko BSC Canada, there's Funko Canadian Alliance, Pop Community UK, Pop Society USA, Windsor Funko and Friends, and then Funkoholics Anonymous Worldwide, which is the page that I'm doing with a couple of guys. We're slowly growing and slowly building, and it's such a great community of people, of helping people, trying to get the Pops they can get. I got a message today from somebody in the UK, Terry, who has gone out of her way to get me a Groot, and it's so amazing when people are trying to help other people and trying to complete collections for people. And I can't thank everybody enough for taking time to watch. You guys really do make me feel worthwhile in doing these videos, because I wasn't sure if anybody was going to watch, and even 100 of you watching means so much, and I really feel blessed. And I'm going to be doing some unboxings. Probably might even do an unboxing tonight. Tomorrow for sure I'll have 1 or 2 unboxings to do, and I can't wait to show you guys what's coming to the dungeon very soon. So thank you so much for watching. As always, please like the video. I'd love it if you could subscribe. If you dislike the video, please tell me why, so I can make my videos better for you guys. I really appreciate you all. Funkoholics Anonymous Worldwide, thank you so much, and be good to each other. Much love. Bye.